We took a trip to the Ozark National Forest to do a little bit of hiking, eat some good food, off-roading, and stay in a historic cabin. We started off by coming down Highway 23 and looking for a trailhead for a waterfall hike. You'll use the parking lot for the Ozark Highlands Trail. We found this hike by looking in the Arkansas Waterfalls book by Tim Ernst. There are two waterfalls to find, the Roy Senyard Falls and the Dick Murray Falls. You'll take the path to the right of the hiking information. This one is listed as a 1 mile round trip medium bushwhack hike. It does get more difficult as you go, and remember, what goes down must come back up.
Middle of nowhere. And we found this. I'm sure it's got a heck of a story. The only story I could imagine is it came at a high rate of speed off of that. Another spring right down there.
According to the Waterfalls book, Dick Murray was one of the Arkansas hiking pioneers. Well, here's the trail. This is the cascade above the Roy Senyard Falls. He was a volunteer maintenance coordinator for the Ozark Highlands Trail. The water wasn't flowing very well when we went, so be sure to visit after a pretty good rain. We took this path over this way and down into this. I couldn't bring myself to do that part because it's right next to the ledge. The next stop was the Oark General Store and Cafe. We took Highway 23 south and 215 over to the east to get to Oark. This was a nice scenic drive, and there's even a spot to pull over. There was a lot of information about the natural healers in the Ozarks and a fun little section on folklore and superstition. This one was our favorite. If two friends are walking side by side and a tree comes between them, a serious quarrel will soon follow. To avoid this, the pair must instantly and in unison say, "Bread and butter." The Oark General Store was originally built around 1890 and was most likely also a post office. The inside still boasts the original flooring and ceiling, but the exterior has undergone several changes over the years. Now the General Store is a popular spot for travelers and has some really great eats and fun souvenirs. We really enjoyed our burger and fries and even got a couple pieces of pie. Next up was a little bit of off-roading. We found a trail that started right at Oark. If you follow the magenta lines up to the top, we came out eventually on Highway 16. This is Forest Service Road 1404. It's actually a piece of the OOAT Day 3. That's the Ozark Overland Adventure Trail. This 5-day adventure is marked out on Gaia Maps. We only did part of it, so I'll explain where we turned. I am only going to show pieces of this trail that we did to show the different kind of terrain, but we will put up another video that shows the entire thing so you can see if this is something that you want to do. At this spot, we stopped for just a second so we could figure out if we wanted to continue with known trails or go off somewhere completely new. We decided to stick with the known. So now we are on 1453. We're coming up to the spot where the OOAT Day 3 will jut off to the left, and it is a significantly more difficult trail than the one that we stayed on. It's rated a 6 out of 10 on the Onyx app. Coming up here on the right, you will see why this one is called the Prison Fence Trail. The fence was actually put up to keep bears out of the garden. Later on, the trail does become a little more interesting with some small rocks to navigate. We could see ruts in the road that were dried up, so I would imagine after a rain, this could get a little bit muddy through this section. The OnX rating for this one was a 3 out of 10, which is still considered easy, but it does say that there are a couple of obstacles that require high clearance, and we would agree with that. Once you get to this point, it is pretty smooth sailing out to Highway 16. From here, we took Highway 16 to 23 South and headed toward our rental cabin in Ozone. This is listed on VRBO as New Iron Mountain View Studio Cabin in Ozone, Arkansas. There are several cabins arranged around a circle drive, but we were the only ones there for the next 3 nights. This renovated 100-year-old cabin was originally owned by 2 different railroads. For detailed information about the trail we took from Oark to Highway 16, check out this video on our channel.